sneaking around, upsetting because she's actually a friend that you care for. No, it ain't even that deep. I got pissed because the bitch was trying to film with my baby daddy on the show. I don't know how. Drew never discussed with me filming with my child's father. It's so weird how somebody can have all of these rules for everybody else, but moves without any rules, just reckless and just does whatever the fuck she wants. But everybody around her has rules. I am truly, legitimately, truly leaning on the side that Porsha Williams is a sociopath among us. I really am. Just listening to how she has all of these rules for everybody around her, but she can do the things that she does. It's astonishing how she even thinks like that, and the people who support her. It is so weird. Anyways, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. And we are down here, girl. Hold on. My kid wants me to look at his stories on IG. So what's going on? We are down here, girl. It is Tuesday. Oh, my son is playing tennis now. He's on the tennis team. Oh, yeah, that's a nice picture. That's a nice picture. Okay, anyway, so what's going on, everybody? We are down here. I just had opened up Instagram, and it was on a clip from next week's episode of Atlanta, and Porsha breaks the fourth wall to tell Drew, basically to speak into a mirror and tell Drew everything she actually is. You want to hear it? Hold on. Hold away. Hold away. Hold away. Hold away. Hold on. It doesn't matter. It's a weird. She has no control over Drew or Dennis, what Dennis does. She has no control over those people. She doesn't. She doesn't. There are no rules of engagement when it comes to Porsha. None. That's what I'm saying. Like everything she's asking for people in turn, like everything she's asking of people, and she just has this inability to do it, to reciprocate. Even Dennis said himself, she never apologizes. She never apologizes because she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. And then when the producer asked her, were you upset that Drew was filming or asking Dennis to film because she's your close friend? She said, no, it's not even that deep. I myself am so annoyed with people like that. I don't care how she looks. I don't care how she looks. I do not care. Her personality and her behavior is low key clinical and can be used as a case study because her behavior, let me tell you something. It's just the weirdest thing how she has all these rules and wants to be able to control everybody around her, but she can move around without any control. She can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. And then everybody has to just be like, oh, it's just how she is, or whatever the fuck they be saying to pacify her. But I think it's whack. Soon as that woman did what she did to Fallon, there are no rules of engagement. You do not get to say, just because you have a baby with someone, you do not get to control what they do in their personal life. She cannot control Dennis. She cannot control Drew. And again, there is no, oh, you should have came to me and told me, bitch. No, you don't get any treatment that you can't give to other people. Did you go into Fallon's house and tell her that you and Simon were talking? No, it's not really that deep. Y'all weren't really friends. Okay, well, fine. Just because somebody does something for you, just because you put her on to go naked hair or whatever the hell y'all selling over there, doesn't mean anything, because it didn't mean anything after Kandi put you in plays. Kandi helped you so many times, and you still came down to the internet and to the world and told everybody that Todd and Kandi wanted to rape and drug you, carrying a bone for Phaedra. Girl, no. So after she did all of that stuff for you, you still stabbed her ass in the back. So if Drew wants to stab Porsha in the back, I'm just here for the entertainment, bitch. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to see it. I'm here to see it go down. And I want Drew to play the I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. He's my brother. You know, when girls call somebody they brother, girl, it's only a matter of a time before they commit and play incest, girl. Because the way that what's his name likes to put his dick in everybody, girl, you have no say. I'm sorry. Just because you have a baby with somebody, you don't get to control their personal life. You don't. You don't get to say what Dennis does, clearly. You don't get to say what Drew does. The only person you can control and who seems to be in lack of is you. So that's how I see it. Okay, y'all wanted to talk about DDG. Did y'all like the video yet? That's crazy. Okay, so DDG came out with a song over the weekend. He claims that he's unable to see his child. He says that Halle Bailey is making it difficult and acting like he does the bare minimum. All right, here.
Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit. I have an hour, and then I get there and I can't get him. I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that.
No, you don't.
I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like it.
That's the risk you take. That's the risk you take. You better choose better next time. Choose a different baby mama.
Been together for a long time. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's been going on for a minute where I just never got on the internet and said that every single day.
You always on the internet saying something. You always on the internet saying something. Always dumb, goofy. All the details that we know about what's going on between Halle Bailey, Little Mermaid, and dumb goofy, we know because of him. And that's the truth. I haven't heard. Only time I've heard her say something was when the little baby was in Kai Sanat's house. And he kept looking to the side like, is somebody coming through the door? It doesn't feel safe in here. And she didn't know that he was over there. And she tweeted and deleted. That's the only time I've ever heard her say anything about that. DDG is a streamer. He likes to do things for views, and he likes to use his personal life for content. And he has this baby and he's using him for content. And I'm not sure why you want to have a sick baby around you. Why wouldn't you want a sick baby to be under its sick mother? Like, she's sick too, is what the word on the sheet came out on Snapchat and said that she is her and the baby have RSV. Why would you want to go? Isn't that contagious? Why would you want to go pick the baby up so you can do whatever? You don't know what to do. You don't need to know what to do. The baby is with its mother. The baby is with who is going to get its nourishment from. That's who the baby is with. You don't get to just come by and be like, oh, I want to pick the baby up. He's sick. No, he's not going anywhere. We're not transporting kids around. They're going to stay in one place, and that's my house. Now, if the baby got sick while he was over there and couldn't come home because both of y'all were contagious, then period. He can stay over there until he gets better. But you don't get to come. You don't get to pop up at my house. See, there's this thing here where you think because you have a baby with somebody, you get to control what they do. You don't get to control what they do. You don't. And all he's doing is and this is what I was talking about the other day. All he's doing is sending out a dog whistle to his supporters, subscribers, all the people who watch him to go attack her because she is the bitter baby mama who is using her child as a pawn. And that's the trope, right? She's using her child against you because y'all are not together anymore. And he made her a single mother. So she is bitter. And the way that she's showing her bitterness is to keep you from her baby. I said it right. Her baby. Um, that's it. And that's what I was saying the other day. Remember, I was saying the other day, how is it that DDG has to be what, 27, like 25? I don't know how old he is. I don't even, I don't know who he is, never knew who he was until he was attached to her. I had no clue who he was, right? He attached to her and now we see him all the time, right? Right? So I said the other day that I find it weird that that trope, right? The bitter baby mama, and it's like a catchphrase, right? Like single mom is a catchphrase, bitter baby mama is a catchphrase. It's like it's a easy to say and it's catchy, right? But how is it that this guy who is under 30 years old is saying the same thing that my son's father used to say? She won't let me see the child. She's bitter. She's mad. And like it's the same thing where in some situations a man is absolutely putting no effort into seeing the child. That is just something he says, basically using her as a scapegoat for him not going to see his children or him not spending time with his children. This under this special circumstance, because this man makes content, he likes to use the child in his content. And I would, like I said, they need to go to court because he there needs to be something in the court documents in the order that says he cannot have the baby online, period. He cannot be streaming with the baby on. I you could do what, Instagram, and you could do your little stories and stuff, but streaming with a bunch of people just watching you and have my baby on, no, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You should have picked a different woman. You should have went and had a baby with another streamer who would understand having a baby on the stream. That's who you should, instead of attaching yourself to that girl. And after everybody told her, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it. But again, the lesson, sometimes you got to experience it yourself to learn the lesson. That's what I used to tell my students, right? Because they would ask me my experience, my experience, my experience, my experience. Yeah, I can tell you my experience. Doesn't mean you're going to learn the lesson from my experience. I can come down here and tell you all the experiences I've been through. Doesn't mean that once you are met with that experience that you are going to be like, oh, I remember what Erica said. I remember that this type of behavior I should watch out for. I remember that. You may not remember, but it was so many people. She actually came out and told people to kind of mind their business like this. She kept the pregnancy from everyone. He told everybody that she was pregnant. He showed a sonogram of the baby, ultrasound, sonogram. They had a sonogram and showed the ultrasound picture. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Um, Everything that we know about their situation comes from him. All of it comes from him. And then he comes out and does this dog whistle because he can't go to the baby's house. I mean, he cannot go to Hallie's house and just come up in my house and just sit here because you want to see your baby. That is why you put a court order in place. That's it. That's why you put a court order in place, so that there can be rules on when you have the baby. It's not just when you feel you got a hair up your ass and you want to go take Halo to the gun range. I don't know where you want to take the baby, but um I need a thing. I think it's sad. I really think it's sad, but it's just here we are again, and the cycle continues where this young girl is being encouraged by this young boy, and he's probably, and it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like a lot of their quote mistakes, life mistakes, getting with a man. It would have been worse if she was married to him. Getting with a man who's using you for clout after everybody told you, and it's just like, and then you tell everybody, oh, that's just my business. You know what I'm saying? It's the same story over and over again. It's just the same story over and over again. Some people learn from the mistakes of others, you know what I'm saying? And they watch other people and they watch people make mistakes, and they actually listen to other people and they say, you know what, you're right. I've seen the mistakes you made. And that's why when people are talking about relationships, marriage, finances, you might want to listen to somebody who wasn't good with money and what they did, and you might be noticing something about yourself that you're doing the same thing, right? And I think that's not a good habit to have, right? Or listening to somebody talk about their experience in school, and I don't know, whatever the experience is, and they're trying to tell you. A lot of it comes from a lot of it comes from a lot of this comes from us trying to tell you, like, don't go down that path. Remember, I use that video game analogy. If everybody that's going that way is falling off the cliff and not coming back, why would you go that way? If nobody comes back from going in that direction, why are you choosing to go that way? If I was in my path watching all these women are going in this direction, and oh my god, look at how they're coming out of that. Look at the experiences they're having out of that. I would I would change my course. But some girls, it's the rebellious, it's the patriarchy too, where women are not going to like really listen to other women, because you have the bitter baby mama, the bitter this and the bitter that, and the da 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 and the da da da. So it helps give other men who don't have the best um interests for you, it gives them access because you are not listening to other women. And then like ageism comes into place, right? Where you're like, you just an old lady, you don't know, you just, that comes into play, and that's through the patriarchy. Ageism is something, where it's like you're old, so you don't have the wisdom. And don't get it twisted, there are some old fools, but this idea that all these women who are warning you, right? And because they've been through it, and so they're warning you. And now look at what's happening to you, and who do you go seek solace? To other women, right? The same women that were telling you don't go that direction, don't go that direction. Some of those women are going to be there to kind of like, when you jump off the cliff and realize, oh shit, and catch on to the side, somebody might be there to be like, girl, didn't I tell you, and pick you up before you fall all the way the fuck down. This thing where women don't listen to women, young women don't listen to older women, that's a thing, and that's by design. That's by design. I've heard several professors talk about why women get taken offline, meaning that we have a menopause, right? Women have a menopause because now you're out of the stage of making babies. You can now impart wisdom on the next generation of women. But because in a patriarchy, we're taught to just, disregard a woman's word. I mean, we see it every day in every aspect of life. We always take the man's word over the woman. He gets to quote endorse everything before it has any validity. He legitimizes you by marrying you. The baby is illegitimate if there's no connection, or a bastard if there's no connection to the father. You understand what I'm saying? And it's all built into that. But when women are get older and want to tell you, hey, we have how many years of wisdom to impart on you. When women go through menopause, they there's we're not child rearing anymore. Now we're imparting wisdom. And if you live in a society where you are taught to ignore the wisdom of women, you are going to end up making those same mistakes. And you're going to be down here or down wherever you are trying to warn the next girl. And because we live in this society, the cycle continues. I mean, it's just like it keeps going. Halle Bailey is There's so many girls like her. Young girl, quote, falls in love, right? The guy has literally no intentions. You're focused on him. You're all about him. You get pregnant, have a baby, and now the relationship starts to suffer because you're not focused on him, right? You're not focused on him anymore. The energy that he was able to siphon from you, you are now putting it into something else. And so, since that's cut off from him, he doesn't want to be around you anymore. And then people start acting weird when a new baby comes. People start breaking up. What does Funky Dineva say? Honey, the quickest way to get rid of a nigga is have a baby with him. It happens all the time. And there's studies out there to prove it. I'm not just down here talking. There's studies out here to that talk about how men in relationships with women start acting once the baby comes. And it's because they live in this society where everything is centered. We are taught to center them in everything. When they are no longer the center and all of the attention is on the baby, they don't know how to act. That's what I'm saying. What's his name? Gregory and Tanisha Dunsford down there. He's gonna be you shouldn't have a baby with somebody like that, because he's not gonna be, he's already has that male centered ideas. And then once you're not focused on him and focus on that baby, he's liable to become jealous of the baby. And it happens all the time. I'm not just saying it. It happens all the time. Go out there and read the studies on it, how men behave after a woman gives birth. And then then also this connection with um intimate partner violence and pregnant women, right? You understand what I'm saying? So there is a thing there. And people typically break up after a baby come, or there's a hurdle in the relationship, or they get in a low point or whatever, and they have to figure it out. But some people just leave, and now you want to use this baby and use these tropes to draw attention to her. And people are going to be in her comments saying, why won't you let that man see his baby and all that stuff. She's going to get it. And then everybody forgetting that, how many stories have we heard where, like, for generations, that's why it amazes me that this young man has taken generations of like tropes and things like that, and he can still use them. Like I said, the playbook hasn't changed. It's the women who need deprogramming. He can still use the same. You know how many times I have heard men say, she's just bitter, right? How many of your friends and they, the man, their ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands, or whatever, are using that same thing. She doesn't let me see the kids. She's keeping the baby away from me. And it's effective in a patriarchy. And it's effective to be like, oh yeah, she's bitter. She has to be bitter because she's a single mom now. She has to be bitter, right? Because every single woman in the world wants to have a baby and a man in proximity to her. So she has to be bitter. And what a way, and there are some women who do behave and move like that. But to use it on this kind of platform like this is just a way to attack her. And I would use that in court. I'm sorry. I would use it in court. I'm not keeping, and then because he plays these games like this online, I would definitely go to court. It wouldn't be no, a lot of women don't go to court because, once again, male centered. I don't want the court to say anything to him or make him pay more than blah blah blah. Girl, no, fuck that. What did Umar say? I got my white man paperwork. Get the law, since they equate law with white man. So get the law in they damn ears. Yes, and make the law put an order in place so that he can actually mind the order of the law, period. Because he is not going to stop this. He is a bitch ass nigga. Like, he's just listening to him, and even the way he's posturing, the way he's moving, like his body language, it's just like. And then people online are catching him in lies where he said he didn't see the baby's first steps. And there's another video saying Holly sent him a video saying this is the like these are the baby's first steps. So DDG speaks out about not being able to see his son, even though his son is sick at the moment. I don't care who she fucks, films, movies with. I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. I'm not going to sit here and get bullied. So it's all of these tropes, right? Hold on. I'm going to read his lyrics. And he said he doesn't give a fuck um about Haley. Wasn't it called Jealous or something like that? What was the song? Oh, Famous. Let me see. I want to read you the lyrics. Famous. Fall in love. I hate that shit. Knocking me off my grind. I can't fuck with relationships. I ain't even got enough time in the day for me to chase a bitch. I don't even ask for much. I ask you to do the basic shit. Hardest things I did was fall in love with a famous bitch. Fans all on my penis. Too much stress. Don't need it. If you see me tweet, don't read it. I swear I'll delete it. Sometimes I feel so defeated. Broken hearts repeated. Said I love you. Did you mean it? Why don't I believe it? I'm trying to figure out what we gonna do. How we gonna get to the top. Filming a movie. Now you kissing dudes. You know I love you a lot. I don't give a fuck if the shit is for promo. I don't want to see that shit no more. Why is y'all holding hands in a photo? Now you know I'm insecure. That's a no-no. I keep coming back. Want to leave you, but I'm too attached. Take you shopping. I'm thumbing through racks. Ain't no limit. I'm spending my max. All these niggas that be in your DM trying to tell you they proud, but the motherfuckers don't even know you. So I want to know how. But I know that's part of the game. All these industry niggas is lame. They just want you because you got a name. He's projecting. And because you got the girl I claim, all these motherfuckers in my business, they be stressing me out on some real shit. I get so high I can't feel shit. Okay, that's his. Let's see here. I be so insecure that I be thinking you really be fucking niggas in you. Wait, I be so insecure that I be thinking you really be fucking niggas you in movies with. But on the internet, I just be cooling it. But in my head, a nigga really losing it. Gotta be playing good cause you keep doing it. I might just tweet something to ruin it. I got a platform. I'm abusing it. That's DDG's lyric. I got a platform. I'm abusing it. It's a couple of things about your job that I want to know. When you shoot a movie, do these niggas turn you on? When you leave the set, do y'all still text each other on the phone? Just because they filming, it don't mean it ain't wrong. So that's what he said about her. Sounds like he uses his platform and abuses it, which is what he's doing here, and he wants to be able to ruin it. I might tweet something and ruin it. And then claims he doesn't care about what she's doing, but he says he does care. And in his mind, he be losing it. And because he can't control what she does, and this is where they start using babies as pawns, and that's why you need a court order, because he's using the baby because he can't control what she does. And in an effort to control what she does, I can pop up at any time. I can go see the baby whenever I want to be a dad. No, you can't. No. So now all of a sudden I'm mad at you because I can't control when, like, it's the same thing that's happening with Porsha and Dennis, and that I can't control what you do, so I'm gonna get back at you in a way. And men will use the baby, and now he's using his platform to come out, and it's an old trope. It's the oldest trope, and people still to this day fall for it. Bitter baby mamas. That's like a little catchphrase, right? Because why she's bitter, why? And it's always based in because she's not in relationship with the father, and it really be the men really be pissed off that they are not in a relationship with the woman they had children with, because now they can't control her with the baby. That's all it is. And like I said, if women stopped giving babies men's last names, all of this stuff and this possessiveness and possession that they have on wanting to have children and feeling like they control that, all of that stuff would stop. It would literally stop. I'm the mother. It will have my last name. If you are worthy enough, once this baby is here, if you are worthy, then we can, or maybe at 18, I don't know. I really don't want to have these niggas' names on these babies because I really feel like it will alter a lot of the behavior around here. It will. And it will stop men from just going in everybody and shooting everybody up. He wouldn't. So with DDG, it's just using your baby mama for clout. It's sad. This is what we were talking about. We knew it would end like this. Embarrassing for her, running to the internet crying, not taking her out their child into, not taking her out their child into consideration when it comes to co-parenting. Tale is old as time. That's what I'm saying. It's the same story. And a lot of people in these comments are not, they're just like, they can see him for what he is. But if people are his followers and his supporters, they're going to see it through his lens and they're going to take his perspective. And there's so many, there are probably older women out there who are like, girl, you better let that man see his baby. He at least wants to be in the baby's life, but he can't pop up when he wants to. And he can't, if I tell you the baby is sick and you like, I want to come over there and pick the baby up, no mom is going to do that. No mom is going to do. I don't give a damn if they're like this with their ex. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, you can, the baby has RSV, you could pick him up and take him to your house. Girl, ain't nobody doing that. So it's literally illogical for him to be even down here talking about, I want to take him home and put him in the shower and open his nose up. Why? So you can film it for everybody? Fuck you. No, you can't do that. Can't do that. I don't want to get on the internet. Goes to the internet. Exactly. What else is happening? Let's see. Let me see. I saved some things. How much? I got a few more minutes on this video. Red flag when dating is a straight man. Listen to this. Dochi says her biggest red flag when dating is a straight man. Strike one. You're a man and heterosexual. When I tell you, the comments were in shambles. Okay, listen. This is Dochi. It says, here, hold on. Okay, hold on. Am I connected to my Bluetooth? Oh. You got it. What's my biggest dating red flag? Is it being on the DL? You're on the right track. I have my answer. Is it close enough? You want to guess one more time what would be a red flag for me? Bad music taste? Oh, that is a good one. Because that's one for me. That is a good one. Like, that's what not what I mean. You don't listen to Michael Jackson. But okay. Okay. This is a huge red flag for me. All right. You know what's so crazy? I was going to say men. I was like, gonna say you already know. Like, I mean, strike one. You're a man. Yeah. And you're heterosexual. Yeah. I was gonna say. So technically, because my mind was already there, I don't think I deserve to eat a wing. I think you do, friend. Strike one. You're a man and heterosexual. Let's read the comments. She wants to date a man who dates men, and then this person put a green face gross emoji. I think it's hilarious. Let's read some of these comments. Where are the normal black women to represent us, girl? Straight black man, we love you.
Who are these niggas?
She's queer, so dating a straight man doesn't make sense for her. This isn't hard. I can smell an industry plant from a mile away. Yeah, she lost me. Bye. Girl, the pick-me's get mad. When I tell you, she's one of them. Hate to be on the side of men, but this attack on masculine men is getting tired. And then I don't understand why she said black men, straight black man, we love you. Because she just said a heterosexual male is a red flag for her. 2025 is such an odd time to be alive. Yeah, she's bi, but red flag denotes something negative, not a preference. They didn't ask what type of people she's attracted to, she says a red flag, and her first thought is straight men. So how is someone a red flag simply because their sexual identity? That's a question you need to ask, because the last that I've seen, they have told us that a woman's apex predator is a man. And typically, I haven't heard of there being a rash of gay men killing women every few hours. These are typically heterosexual men. Yeah. They're the ones running around causing the most havoc in the world, ironically. I told you I read a study the other day. They said a woman, the most dangerous place for a woman is in a home with a man. I I mean, what can you say? You live in a society that tells you to run towards your greatest threat. Women are more likely to be killed by somebody they know and a man than anybody else. They said, what was the statistic? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Of 85,000 women killed by men in 2023, 60% died at the hands of a partner or a family member, new UN figures show. And this is from The Guardian, and this was 3 months ago. The home is the most dangerous place for women, says Global Femicide Report. So her partner, if a woman is with a man, typically he's a straight man, right? I mean, more often than not, very few women will, unless they're queer, will date a bisexual man, but they're your greatest threat. And the closer they are to you, the more they are of a threat to you. So a red flag, yeah, a straight man is a red flag. And you being in a relationship with them is truly a risk that you have to take. Or you're choosing, you don't have to, you're choosing to take. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. It says women may develop a healthy awareness of potential risk when interacting with heterosexual men, largely due to statistics highlighting the prevalence of gender based violence and harassment. Research indicates that a significant number of women experience some form of violence in their lifetime, with the World Health Organization reporting that approximately 1 in 3 women globally have experienced physical or sexual violence, predominantly from intimate partners. This was as of 2021 from the World Health Organization. This statistical reality can understandably lead women to approach interactions with men with caution, especially in situations where they might feel vulnerable or unsafe. So if anyone is really kind of telling you to like still have sex with men who are considered your greatest threat, I mean, fine, have sex with whoever you want to have sex with, but understand being naked with somebody is the most vulnerable place you can be, in my opinion. All right. Such awareness is not necessarily a fear of all heterosexual men, but rather a recognition of societal patterns that of violence and abuse that exist. 1 in 3 women. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's like, what? So every third woman. Okay. And you're telling me that I shouldn't see them as a red flag? Hmm. A lot of women who there are women who date bisexual men who will not date straight men. They prefer bisexual men because of his, I guess, his duality, right? They don't tend to be as violent, quick to violent, aggressive, assertive, too 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 much of trying to perform masculinity in these weird ways. You understand what I'm saying? Let's see what it says here. However, it's crucial to differentiate between healthy awareness of potential dangers and an irrational fear of all heterosexual men. While caution may be a proactive instinct, it is equally important to acknowledge that men are respectful, supportive, and advocate for gender equality. And typically, there's not a lot of straight men who advocate for gender equality. They're not to make it a not to be able to make it a general statement, right? You have so many men. You have laws that really want to keep the inequality in place. Encouraging open dialogue about consent, respectful behavior, and accountability can help create an environment where women feel safer. The National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey in the United States found that 1 in 5 women have experienced, completed, or attempted rape during their lifetime. 1 in 5, y'all. These statistics underscore the importance of fostering a culture of respect and awareness, which empowers women while also encouraging men to actively participate in creating safer environments. Yeah. So being upset because she said that straight men are a red flag, they are a red flag. And it's a risk that you take in being in partnership with them, knowing that that man has the potential, like, and knowing that, looking at the numbers and statistics and research and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah, like all the data, looking at all the data, you entering into a partnership with a straight man is literally a risk that you are choosing to take. And if you want to take it, take it. It's just understand, know the risk, right? Know the risk and listen, and be able to listen to women, like with the DDG situation. Getting into a relationship with somebody like that, that's a risk. And look at now, and look at her now, look at what she's experiencing now. She's going to have to deal with this guy. I would definitely put a court order in place, because it's too much going on there. Some of the comments are, she wants to date a man who date men. She wants to date men who date men. And I think it's actually funny that women are turned off by men having sex with men. Like, they're turned off at the thought of men having sex with men, to the point where they want, but you still have sex with men. So if a man is having sex with a man and the man is there, I just don't understand. But y'all will follow after, share dick with other women. What is the difference? By you saying there's something in your mind that putting two men to the thought of putting two men together, it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand what the difference is. And then if you're like, well, men are unsanitary and men are this and men are that, but you still have sex with them. So if men are all these things, and two men being together makes you feel a certain way, but you still continue to have sex with men, as if y'all not running around here cleaning dookie stains, okay, out of men's drawers and shit, okay? So you have the girl, and then it's like the straight men, like they don't clean themselves well and all this other stuff, but you have this aversion to two. I'm telling you, if you want to, anybody is going to be clean, it's a fucking bisexual man or a gay man, cleaner than a straight man. I'm sorry to inform you, and everybody knows that, girl. So when you have these grossed out faces at this idea of these two men having sex, and you be like, oh my God, she wants a man who had sex with other men. You have sex with men, straight men. And Dochi is telling you, girl, they're a red flag or a brown flag, girl. I don't blame her. She went through some shit with men. Nobody cares about this broad. Well, I want a man. This is nonsense. I like Dochi, but this is silly. Say you're queer. I don't need to categorize all heterosexual men as a red flag because it's not your preference. It's crazy that people really don't understand the risk that women take by partnering with straight men. To put this type of industry, okay, to put this type of energy in the universe, knowing the world we live in right now, is nasty work. Half of y'all dealt with a bisexual man before and you just didn't know it. That's another thing too. Now, this is what throws me off. It's women like her that are okay with a man playing both teams or whatever. And it's still so many men that hide who they are, saying we won't accept them. In reality, they haven't accepted themselves. Girl, that sounds like a personal problem. It's sugar in everybody's tank, some just louder than others. Misandry and heterophobia is baked into the sisterhood of failure cult.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
The last time I looked, the brotherhood they're on a sliding downward scale to hell with every social aspect of your brotherhood is failing miserably. I wouldn't call the sisterhood failing at all. I wouldn't. She is weird, and I just started to like her. She ruined it. She's a red flag. Black men, let's sit this one out. Do we care? No. We will be in a way better mental space if you ignore these things our women say. They're not your women. I agree. I think it's also more that straight men are a walking red flag. Majority have these ridiculous societal constructs they subscribe to, insecure in masculinity, have a very weird view of the world through the lens that they are a dominant through force instead of simply being dominant. The list goes on. Now, that was a man who said that. Is she into trains? I think she's saying like men in general are red flags. I think it's a joke. I think she says stuff like this to appeal to her fan base. Watch how these comments don't pass the vibe check simply because they can't expand their mind enough to understand what a woman is actually saying. They'll get hung up on the man being fluid because a man can't be that, or else he isn't a real man. Watch. I thought red flags were warning signs for toxic behavior, not preferences. A lot of straight men do not like the confidence and sense of autonomy that comes with being queer. That they try to change you. It absolutely makes sense. Well, she's very fluid and that's her business. Straight black men, we want you real bad. Ain't nothing like a real one. 100% to each his own. Let's not judge. It's her preference. Girl. I think she's saying heterosexual men are red flags, which includes your grandfather, father, your brother, your uncles, your nephews. Like, damn, every man in the world hurt you. All I can do is pray for healing, Slim. Everyone is losing it in the comments. I totally get it. Same. Girl, it's crazy because it is what it is, what it is. I said, I think it's funny how straight women inadvertently show how disgusted they are with straight men. If you like men and a woman likes men who likes men too, what's the problem? If men like men and you like men, what's the problem? Don't you like men? Don't you like men? So why would you think a man wouldn't like a man? You like men, right? So why wouldn't another man like that man? And if he does like that man, what's wrong with him liking that man? Because don't you like that man too? I said, a lot of y'all have been with a man who likes men just as much as you, but for some reason, you have an aversion to people who like what you like. So what's really wrong with men? I ask you. How are you have an aversion to liking what somebody else likes and you like that same thing? Only you can like that thing. Nobody else can like that thing. You understand what I'm saying? Don't you like that man, right? How come a man can like that man? And then once that man likes that man, you don't like that man anymore? But y'all are attracted to the same thing. So how are you averted to what you're attracted to? It doesn't make it never made sense to me. And I'm like, y'all really have to put your brains in pretzels. Explain it to me in the comments. How is it you're telling me that, like, I feel like you just inadvertently say that you really don't like men, but because you have been given a label of heterosexual, you choose to be with these men. But even though you, like, in the back of your mind, you don't even, the thought of a man being attracted to the same thing you're attracted to, something starts skipping. Something starts skipping for you. And but when you think about it, it's like, how am I averted to what I'm how am I now all of a sudden I'm averted to what he's attracted to? We're both attracted to the same thing. I don't understand it. And statistics show that straight men are all women, including trans women, apex predator. Trans women take a they take an even greater risk of being with straight men. They do, right? Because trans is an identity, not a sexuality. Remember, right? So the trans women take a great risk on being with straight men because we have society that will go all the way back to just believing what men say. All of a sudden, oh, I didn't know, and da da da, and this and that. And they take a great risk at being with them. That's why I get mad at the trans girls and the cis girls who fight over these men and the attention of men. Well, your man likes me, and the man wants me, and this and that. These men are violent as hell. I'm not tossing violent men back and forth just to prove that, you got to pick me trans girls and you got to pick me cis girls, and they be throwing men back and straight violent men back and forth from playing ping pong with violent niggas, just ping pong. And he likes me, and he likes what I got, and you'll never have this, and you this and that, and all that shit. And the center of the whole focus, when I say when the trans girls and the cis girls decenter men, the relationship will mend, because a lot of the times that's the center. Even though you'll say it's not, every time someone gives a symptom of your behavior, you say it's not it. So I know you're going to say it's not it. I already know you're going to say it's not it. That's 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 not it. A lot of it is centering men. And when you center men, I can tell by the way y'all talk to each other and how y'all go back and forth with the insults. It's always male centered. It's always male centered. Always. And these niggas is violent. They're a threat to you. They're a threat to her. They're a threat, period. And all of you who date heterosexual men, it's a risk involved in that. And everybody will tell you that. You don't know who these MFers are. And the fact that they say the closer you get to them, the more dangerous they are, you definitely have to see it as a red flag and a risk, and you have to proceed with caution. Because the arsenic grapes, I'm gonna put one arsenic grape with arsenic injected with arsenic, I'm gonna put it in a bowl of other grapes, and I'm gonna toss it around, and I'm say choose one. We don't all have arsenic in us. Choose one of us. I'm gonna treat it like all of y'all have arsenic in you, and I'll skip the bowl entirely. I'm not going to take the risk of going and knowing that arsenic will come out of and have little remnants on the rest of them. So it's a risk that I can take. I'm picking one over here. I saw you put the one with the arsenic over here and you jumbled them up. So let me go ahead and try over here. And that could mean my life. No, I will not take that risk. So what Dochi said, whether you like it or not, is the fucking truth. She might have been telling a joke, but there's very much a lot of truth in her joke. So with that, I'll leave you. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. I hope did I raise my shoulders at all? I don't think I did. Anyways, take care of each other and protect your energy. We're going to come back with another video. I heard about Wendy getting a 10 out of 10 on her psychiatric exam. So we're going to see. All right. Take care of each other. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.